Greetings, folks. Diamond Woods 12 back again, another video. Um, this video is gonna be a X-Men related video. Recently, they've released the title for the new X-Men movie. We all know we had X-Men First Class. Didn't really like X-Men First Class. It was alright for what it was, but didn't really like X-Men First Class because, actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. Really didn't like it. I haven't really liked. There ain't really been an X-Men movie I like. I'm a big X-Men fan. But there really haven't been any of the movies. The first one was kind of mediocre. If I had to say I had to pick one, the second one would have to be the best. If I had to pick an X-Men movie, the second one would have to be the best. The third one, I can live without. I did not like Wolverine. I'm a big Wolverine fan. I went and seen Wolverine, but I didn't like the movie. But in general, I'm a big Wolverine fan. But I'm interested in seeing how they're gonna do it. Now, they're shooting the sequel right now, The Wolverine. They're shooting the sequel right now, so I'm interested. I might go check that out. I'm a big fan of like comic book movies, superhero movies, so I might go check that out. I probably will go check the Wolverine out. But yeah, the new X-Men movie is gonna be called Days of Futures Past. Now, I didn't know nothing about Days of Futures Past. I actually, when I found out that's what the movie was gonna be called, I actually looked it up and found out that was a comic book series. Haven't bought any of the comic books, probably not going to. But I actually looked up like synopsis of the story. Seems to be like it's gonna be pretty good. It should incorporate, from what I'm hearing, it should incorporate um a lot of the older X-Men characters. I mean, it should incorporate a lot of the older X-Men characters. But I mean, like, cause like I know producer Brian Singer, he basically said in the interview, like a couple of like maybe this week so far, he said in the interview that we may see like a connectivity with the past film. So meaning we may get to see Cyclops, cause apparently X-Men First Class was like set back in like the 60s. He was set back in like the 60s. He really was. It was set back in the 60s. He was supposed to be set back in the 60s. And from what I'm hearing, they're gonna do with this movie. They're gonna like have some they're gonna like have they're gonna have like a current team. And so apparently it probably won't be that team we had in X-Men First Class. We may not see Havoc. I was kind of pissed off how they did Havoc. Havoc was a freaking villain at first. I mean, Havoc was a villain. He was like evil at first, but they had made him part of the team. Yeah, he may eventually join later on, but like Havoc was like a fucking freaking villain at first. But that kind of made me mad. They had like fucking Banshee, who didn't come till like way later on in X Men. The only character they got right in X Men First Class, only actually member of the team they got right was Beast. Beast was the only original member that was in that movie. That was got now. That's really, I think that really pissed a lot of fans off. I mean, some people liked it, but it's not supposed to be like the comic books at all. It's not supposed to be like comic books anyway. So I got over it. Anyway, I did get over it. But for what I will say this, for what X Men First Class give me, it was okay. I'm not gonna say it was that bad, but it was But anyway, but Days of Future Past, and that really means Days of Future. Well, I said fast. Days of Futures Past. We're probably gonna, hopefully, since if they're gonna like, excuse me, if they like use some comic book elements or use some elements from the Days of Future Past story. From what I read, what I read on Wikipedia of Days of Future Past, we may see Wolverine. I actually heard some rumors that Hugh Jackman may do that movie. May it's after shooting of Wolverine, he may have a cameo, or even have a more developed story. We all know he made a cameo in X-Men First Class, or have a well developed character in the Days of Future Past X-Men First Class sequel. So I'll be interested in seeing how they're gonna do that. We may see Kitty Pryde, because Days of Future Past actually has a lot of Kitty Pryde in it. From what I read, it has a lot of Kitty Pryde, and so we may actually see her in that. We may see Cyclops in it. Hopefully we may see Cyclops. I'm a big Cyclops fan. I don't care. Well, a lot of people don't like Cyclops. I like Wolverine just as much as the next guy, but I really fucking freaking love Cyclops. He's like one of my favorite comic book characters ever. As a kid, I mean, he was one of my favorite X-Men characters ever when I was a kid. And he kind of made me mad how they did his character in the early X-Men movies. It kind of made me mad. because being a big Cyclops fan. He's a freaking leader of the team. But I got over it. Anyway, hey, it's just a movie. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, and I really do. I try not to be much of a fanboy. I try not to be a fanboy and try to like sit there and just enjoy a movie. My girlfriend tells me all the time I'm a fanboy. Like we went and seen the Dark Knight Rises, and she was like, would you stop being a freaking fanboy and just watch the movie? As well as when we went and seen the Amazing Spider-Man, she was like, quit being a fanboy. Cause like after the movie, I was like saying stuff like, we should what they didn't do right, that's not right. She was like, quit being a fanboy. She just kept telling me quit being a fanboy. So I try not to be much of a fanboy, but I mean those first three X-Men movies, I was just sitting like yelling like wrong, wrong. I mean, if people don't know me as a kid, I love the I had a like the X-Men 1990s X-Men animated series was my life. Next to Power Rangers, it was my life. I mean, I just connected with those characters, like with some of the prejudice they had in the characters. But I was like, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't really into the comic books. I really didn't read comic books. I read some comic books as a kid, but didn't read that many X-Men comic books. I read a lot of Spider-Man comic books. And I read a lot of Iron Man comic books as a kid, but I didn't read that many X-Men comic books. And I read a lot of Batman comic books as a kid. But I really hadn't read any. I didn't read that many X-Men comic books as a kid. I may have owned like three. I don't own any of them now. I gave them away to my cousin. I may have owned like maybe two or three X-Men comic books as a kid. But anyway, I'm I'm interested. I'm just interested in seeing what this sequel gonna be about. People all know me. I'm a big supporter of like the superhero movies and whatnot, and like just movies in general. I'm a big fan of it. I'm a big fan. What I'm interested in seeing, I don't know what you guys think. How do you guys think they're gonna do with Days of Futures Past? Did you guys like the first X-Men movie? What would be some of you guys' idea for a future X-Men movie or future Marvel, even future Marvel movies? I will be doing a video like of movies I would like to see. I like how movies I want to go. I can't wait to go see like with the Marvel and DC. I mean, only DC movie they got coming out is the Man of Steel next. Like I think that's next year. That's the only movie they got DC has coming back that I know of. And Marvel we all know Marvel has Iron Man 3 next year, Thor 2 next year, which Thor 2 shooting out, and Captain America, and then they got Guardians of the Galaxy coming out. They got Captain America's Winter Soldier coming out in April of 2014. Then we got Guardians of the Galaxy, with Guardians of the Galaxy, which Marvel has said if they it wouldn't be a Guardians of the Galaxy movie if they had the rights to Fantastic Four. Cause we all know I think Fox has the rights to Fantastic Four, as well as I think they have the rights to X-Men, and just like I think Sony has the rights to they have the rights to Spider-Man, but they said Marvel said if they still they had the rights to Fantastic Four, they would which Fantastic Four is getting rebooted if I'm not mistaken. I think it's getting rebooted. Um, I've talked about this in another video, but um, I'm I'm interested in seeing what they're gonna do with that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not really that into the Fantastic Four. I saw the movies. That's what got me really like knowing what the Fantastic Four was about, because I saw both movies. But I played like some video games in the past with the featuring the Fantastic Four. I played the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games that had the Fantastic Four in it, but I'm not that big of a fan. I'm a fan of the theme. He's in Fantastic Four, but I'm not a big Fantastic Four fan as a whole. I mean, I don't know why, but I'm just not. I'm sorry if you are. No disrespect if you are. I mean, I'm not really into it. Anyway, but be on the lookout for that video. Like what some movies I would like, movies I like to see, and what movies I like to see Marvel, like even DC do. And I'm also gonna do like a video games video. I haven't really never done a video games video before, but like some video games I would like to see done. But be on the lookout for those videos. Be on the lookout for some entertainment related videos, like media, reality TV, like media related videos. Be on the lookout for those. But I got some of those planned out. But this should be a pretty busy month for me doing videos. Should be a pretty busy month. So my subscribers, be on the lookout. I'm not gonna constantly upload videos every day. I'm not gonna do that. That's not what I'm not gonna do. I don't want you. I don't want my face all up on your subscriptions. I don't want that. But anyway, this is Dumb Wars 12. Checking out. Um, Let me know what you guys think about the new X-Men movie, the Days of Future Past. Leave me leave it in the comments. Subscribe, like, subscribe. Anyway, this is Dumb Wars 12. Checking out. Peace. God bless. I'm out.